Before I started baking, I would just get flour from the supermarket and I never really thought much about it. And then I started making bread and I started thinking, wait a minute, but bread is just flour. For quite a few years now, I have only used stone ground flour. So there's nothing being added to manipulate how the flour is going to perform. That's where the sensibility of the hands of the person that's using the flour is really important, allowing us to create this deeper connection to the land and to the farmer. My name is Alexandra. I run a microbakery here in Wakefield. I converted the ground floor of my house to be my microbakery, and I bake twice a week for my customers who order online, and then they come and collect bread from me. 6 years ago, when I decided that I wanted to be a baker, I started volunteering in bakeries. Everywhere you go, there's no two bakers doing things exactly the same way. All of this has been part of my path to learn the skills. I bake mostly sourdough bread, so using a sourdough fermentation process. Because it's such a live thing, just the weather changing is going to make everything different. The preparation for any given bake day will start with downloading all the orders from the website so that I can calculate how much of each dough I need to make. And then I will prepare the starter, which is a ferment that is done about 8 hours before I'm going to mix the doughs. The following morning, I'll start mixing all the doughs. And then once the dough has fully developed, I will shape all the bread and get it ready. And it's baked the next day, ready for customers to come to collect it. I think an important thing to remember when you're making bread is every mistake is a lesson, so don't be afraid of something going wrong. That's how you learn the most. The great thing about bread is you don't need to be any age to do it. There's a really famous baker that she started when she was 14 with her father, and she's now 16, and they have their own bakery, and she's an amazing baker. I think it's a great way of building up knowledge and skills and confidence in yourself, and to get some extra money doing something that is really fun. I have never set out to create my own business. I couldn't find the job I wanted, so I created it for myself. Here in Wakefield, I mostly do retail, direct to customers. Sometimes people will buy extra loaves to give to the neighbors, or they'll buy extra because they have friends coming over and they want to have kind of a treat. I have 3 restaurants at the moment that are buying bread from me as well. I have been to one where I didn't have the bread. One of the staff came, "Oh, you're the lady who makes bread." And I was like, "Yes." And I was like, "Can you bring us flyers? Because people keep asking where we get the bread from." So that was nice to hear as well. It's been really important for me to try to find a way of giving something back to the community as well. I found City of Sanctuary, which is a small charity that supports people who are asylum seekers. And so I bake every week for them a handful of loaves. So if I were to describe running a microbakery in 3 words, I would say rewarding, exciting, and challenging.